So today is the anniversary of the pastime of the cleansing of the Guṇḍicā temple, Guṇḍicā Marjana. So we're going to be reading from the appropriate chapter, which is Madhya Lila chapter 12, titled The Cleansing of the Guṇḍicā Temple. Shri Guṇḍicā Mandiram Atma Vrindai Samajayan Shalannata Sagoura Svajittavach Chitalam Ujvalam Cha Krishno Pavesho Paikam Chakara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and cleansed the Guṇḍicā temple with his devotees and associates. In this way, he made it as cool and bright as his own heart, and thus he made the temple a befitting place for Lord Sri Krishna to sit. Jai Jai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Gaura Chandra, all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai Jai Srivasari Gaura Bhaktagan Shakti Deha Kariyena Chaitanya Varnan. All glories to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, headed by Srivas Thakur. I beg their power so that I can properly describe Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purva Dakshin Haite Prabhu Yabe Aila Tanre Milite Gajapati Utkantita Haila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned from his South Indian tour, Maharaj Prataparudra, the king of Orissa, became very anxious to meet him. Kataka haite patri dila sarvabhaumatani Prabhura agya haya yari deki bare yai. The king sent a letter from his capital, Katak, to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, entreating him to obtain the Lord's permission so that he could go and see him. So he was using Sarvabhauma as an intermediary to access Mahaprabhu. And of course Sarvabhauma's position previous to Mahaprabhu's residence in Puri was one of has had some kind of intimate connection with Prataparudra as his chief brahmana. So due to that previous connection, he's trying to obtain some favors, or at least use Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as an intermediary to see Mahaprabhu. Anyway, Bhattacharya likila prabhura agyana haila purnarapi rajatandri patri pataila. Replying to the king's letter, the Bhattacharya wrote that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not given his permission. After this, the king wrote him another letter. Prabhura nikate ache yata bhaktagan mora lagi tansabare karira nivedan. In this letter, the king requested Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please appeal to all the devotees associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and submit this petition to them on my behalf. Se sabad dayalu more hana sadaya mora lagi prabhu pade kariba vinaya. If all the devotees associated with the Lord are favorably disposed toward me, they can submit my petition at the lotus feet of the Lord. Tan sabara prasade mile Shri Prabhu rapaya Prabhu kripa vinamora rajya nahi baya. By the mercy of all the devotees, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Without his mercy, my kingdom does not appeal to me. You can see Prataparudra Maharaj had the correct attitude of attempting to enlist the support of the devotees in his attempt to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that consequent recognition of the devotees being an essential intermediary or an essential connector between oneself and the Supreme Lord. Because without the devotees there is actually no such connection apart from one dreamt up in one's imagination. Direct connection with the Lord is not considered a real, authentic connection. The point strongly stressed by Siddhanta Saraswati. Maharaj Prataparudra is exhibiting the correct approach. And even from a more sort of prosaic perspective, you could say that if you want to enter into someone's circle or enter into their proximity, into their sphere of influence, then you must endear yourself to those with whom they associate. You must become part of their crowd, or etc. So Maharaj Prataparudra is taking a savvy approach. Yadi more kripana karibe gaurahari rajya chari yoga hai haiba bhikhari. If Gaurahari, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will not show mercy to me, I shall give up my kingdom, become a mendicant and beg from door to door. Bhattacharya patri deke chintitahana bhaktagana pashagela se patrilana. When the Bhattacharya received this letter, he became very anxious. He then took the letter and went to the devotees of the Lord. Sabare milya kahila raja vivarana piche se patri sabare karaila darashana. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met with all the devotees and described the king's wishes. Then he presented the letter to all of them for inspection. Patri deke sabaramane haila vishmaya prabhupade gajapatira eta bhaktihaya. Upon reading the letter, everyone was astonished to see that King Prataparudra had so much devotion for the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sabe kahe prabhu tanre kabu na milibe ami saba kahi yade dukha se manibe. The devotees gave their opinion and said, the Lord will never meet with the king, and if we requested him to do so, the Lord will surely feel very unhappy. It would almost be like Mahaprabhu would be trapped. There's a saying, trapped between a rock and a hard place, where both the options available to one are distasteful, undesirable. So Mahaprabhu, if the devotees were to entreat Mahaprabhu to see Prataparudra, then he would feel uncomfortable not fulfilling the wishes of the devotees, but he would also be uncomfortable in breaking the codes expected of someone in the order of sannyas, which is to not mix with the idea is to not mix with materialists or those that are in contact with Kana, Kamani and Pratishta, which is three readily available abundances to a king: Kana, Kamani and Pratishta. So a sannyasi to be seen associating with royalty is considered that he is connecting himself with an impure place, and it will leave the unenlightened masses speculating and bring the esteemed sannyas ashram into disrepute. So the devotees are aware of this possible dilemma that they could be putting the Lord in. But as we'll see, there's a development in the story, and we'll see how Prataparudra Maharaj eventually gets to see the Lord. Sarvabhauma kahe sabe chala ekabara milite na kahiba raja vyavahara. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then said, we shall go once again to the Lord, but we shall not request him to meet the king. Rather, we shall simply describe the good behavior of the king. Eta bale sabe gela Mahaprabhu rastane, kahita unmukha sabe naka he vachane. Having thus reached a decision, they all went to the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There, although ready to speak, they could not even utter a word. Prabhu kahe ki kahete sabara agaman, dekiye kahite chaha na kaha ki karan. After they arrived at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place, the Lord, seeing them, said, "What have you all come here to say? I see that you want to say something, but you don't speak. What's the reason?" Nityananda kahe tomaya chahi nivedite, na kahile rahite nari kahite bayachite. Nityananda Prabhu then said, "We want to tell you something. Although we cannot stay without speaking, we are still very much afraid to speak." Yogya yogya tomaya sabachahi nivedite, toma na milile raja chahi yogi haite. We want to submit before you something that may or may not be befitting. The matter is this: unless he sees you, the king of Orissa will become a mendicant. Kane mudra lai muni haiba bikhare, rajya bhoga nahi chete vina gauda hare. Nityananda Prabhu continued, "The king has decided to become a mendicant and accept the sign of a mendicant by wearing an ivory earring. He does not want to enjoy his kingdom without seeing the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." Deki base mukha chandra nayana bariya, dari base parapadma hridaye tuliya. Nityananda Prabhu continued, "The king also expressed his desire to see the moon-like face of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to fulfill his eyes' full satisfaction. He would like to raise the lotus feet of the Lord to his heart. Yadyapi suniya prabhura komala hayamana, tatapi bahire kahe nishdura vachana." Hearing all these statements, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mind was certainly softened, but externally he wished to speak some harsh words. Toma sabara icha e amare lana, raja ke milaha ihan kata kete gia. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "I can understand that you all desire to take me to Kataka to see the king. Paramartha takuka loke karibe nindana, loke rahu damodara karibe bhartsana." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "What to speak of spiritual advancement? All the people will blaspheme me. And what to speak of all the people? Damodar would chastise me." Toma sabara agyaya ame na mile rajare, damodara kahe yabe mile tabe tanre. That refers to Swarup Damodar or not?
No, Damodar Pandit, he's known for being quite strict.
Right.
We were just hearing the other day, you remember that pastime when Mahaprabhu, there's a young boy who always comes to visit Mahaprabhu, but his mother is a young and beautiful widow.
Right.
And so then Damodar tells Mahaprabhu, this doesn't look so good, and she's a young widow, very beautiful, and you're a beautiful young sannyasi, and if the boy is coming to see you, then people are going to trouble.
Right,
So
yes.
he's known for being quite strict,
Okay.
proper, even he'll tell Mahaprabhu.
Right. I see. I shall not meet the king at the request of all the devotees, but I shall do so if Damodar will give his permission. Damodara kahe tumi svatantra ishvara, kartavya saba tomara gochara. Damodar immediately replied, "My lord, you are the fully independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, Everything is known to you. You know what is permissible and what is not permissible. Ami kan kshudra jiva tomake vidhidiba apani milibe tanre tahao dekiba. I am merely an insignificant jiva, so what power do I have to give directions to you? By your own personal choice, you will meet with the king. I shall see it. Raja tomare sneha kare tume sneha vasha tanra snehi karabe tanre tomara parasha. The king is very much attached to you, and you are feeling affection and love toward him. Thus I can understand that by virtue of the king's affection for you, you will touch him. Yadyapi ishwara tumi paramasva tantra tatape svabhave hau prema paratantra. Although you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and are completely independent, still you are dependent on the love and affection of your devotees. That is your nature. Nityananda kahe aiche haya konjana ye tomare kahe kara raja darashana. Nityananda Prabhu then said, who is there in the three worlds who can ask you to see the king? Kintu anuragi lokera svabhava ekahaya ishtana paile nija prana se chadaya. Still, isn't it the nature of an attached man to give up his life if he does not attain his desired object? Yadika brahmani sabha tahete pramana Krishna lagi patiyage chadileka prana. For instance, some of the wives of the Brahmanas who were performing sacrifices gave up their lives in the presence of their husbands for the sake of Krishna. Eka yukti ache yade kara avadana tumi na mili leha tanre rahe tanra prana. Nityananda Prabhu then submitted one suggestion for the Lord's consideration. There is a way, he suggested, by which you need not meet the king, but which would enable the king to continue living. Eka bahir vasayari deha kripakare taha pana pranarake tomara ashadare. If you, out of your mercy, send one of your outer garments to the king would live hoping to see you sometime in the future. Right, so Nityananda Prabhu is suggesting a compromise, because obviously it's a slightly tricky situation, and even though Mahaprabhu has just said that if the sergeant at arms, so to speak, Damodar Pandit, gives his permission, then...
what did you call him?
The sergeant at arms. Sergeant.
Sergeant
at arms.
Sergeant at arms.
Yeah. And it's like in a group. It normally refers to a kind of an organized sort of military group or something, but it has wider usage. But it's the person that keeps the discipline and ensures that all the rules and regulations are being followed.
Right.
Yeah. But even with that, he is deferred, so he's not given that. What has he said?
You're the independent.
Right.
Yeah.
He's deferred back to Mahaprabhu.
Right.
And it's left at a stalemate with no resolution to the issue. So Nityananda Prabhu is suggesting a compromise for the time being, at least. Prabhu kahe tumi sabha parama vidvan ye balahaya se kara samadan. The Lord said, since you are all very learned personalities, whatever you decide I shall accept. Tabe Nityananda Goswami Govindera Pasha Magiya Laila Prabhura Eka Bahirvasha. Lord Nityananda Prabhu then obtained an external garment used by the Lord by requesting it from Govinda. Se Bahirvasha Sarvabhauma Pasha Dila Sarvabhauma Se Vastra Rajare Pataila. Thus Nityananda Prabhu delivered the old cloth into the care of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya sent it to the king. Vastrapana Rajara Haila Anandita Mana Prabhu Rupa Kare Kare Vastrera Pujana. When the king received the old cloth, he began to worship it exactly as he would worship the Lord personally. Ramanandarai Yabe Dakshina Haite Aila Prabhu Sangira Hite Raja Ke Nividila. After returning from his service in South India, Ramananda Rai requested the king to allow him to remain with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tabe Raja Santoshe Tan Hare Agya Dila Apane Milana Lage Sadi Te Lagila. When Ramananda Rai requested the king to allow him to stay with the Lord, the king immediately gave him permission with great satisfaction. As for the king himself, he began to solicit Ramananda Rai to make a meeting arrangement. Mahaprabhu Mahakripa Karena Tomare More Milabare Avasya Sadhi Tan Hare. The king told Ramananda Rai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very merciful to you. Therefore, please solicit my meeting with him without fail. Eka Sange Dui Jana Kshetre Yabe Aila Ramananda Rai Tabe Prabhure Milila. The king and Ramananda Rai returned together to Jagannath Kshetra, and Ramananda Rai met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupade Prema Bhakti Janaila Rajara Prasangapana Aiche Kahe Bara Bara. At that time, Ramananda Rai informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the ecstatic love of the king. Indeed, as soon as there was some opportunity, he repeatedly informed the Lord about the king. Raja Mantri Ramananda Vyavaharini Puna Raja Pritikahi Dravaila Prabhu Ramana. Sri Ramananda Rai was indeed a diplomatic minister for the king. His general behavior was very expert, and simply by describing the king's love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gradually softened the Lord's mind. Utkantate Prataparudra Nare Rahibare Ramananda Sadilena Prabhure Milibare. Maharaj Prataparudra, in great anxiety, could not endure not seeing the Lord. Therefore, Sri Ramananda Rai, by his diplomacy, arranged a meeting with the Lord for the king. Ramananda Prabhupai Kaila Nivedana Ekabara Prataparudre Dekaha Charana. Sri Ramananda Rai frankly requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please show your lotus feet to the king at least once. Prabhu kahe Ramananda kaha vichariya Raja ke milite yu yaya sanyasihana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, my dear Ramananda, you should make this request after duly considering whether it is befitting for sannyasi to meet a king. Rajara milane bhikshu keda duiloka nasha paraloka rahu loke kare upahasha. If a mendicant meets a king, this world and the next world are both destroyed for the mendicant. Indeed, what is there to say of the next world? In this world, people will joke if a sannyasi meets a king. Ramananda kahe tumi Ishwara Svatantra kahe tomara baya tumi naha paratantra. Ramananda Rai replied, you are the supreme independent personality. You have nothing to fear from anyone because you are not dependent on anyone. Prabhu kahe ami manusya ashrame sannyasi kahe mano vakye vyavahare bayavasi. When Ramananda Rai addressed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu objected, saying, I am not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but an ordinary human being. Therefore, I must fear public opinion in three ways, with my body, mind and words. Shuklavastre masi bindu yaiche na lukaya sanyasira alpachidra sarva loke gaya. As soon as the general public finds a little fault in the behavior of a sannyasi, they advertise it like wildfire. A black spot of ink cannot be hidden on a white cloth. It is always very prominent. And Mahaprabhu is, very strong on this point. We can see there are other examples. For one prominent one is, of course, the pastime of Chota Haridas, where Mahaprabhu is very forceful and almost unrelenting in his punishment of Chota Haridas, where it ends in Chota Haridas taking his own life. And Mahaprabhu seemingly being somewhat unfazed about it. Of course, the pastime continues with its esoteric of Chota Haridas then serenading Mahaprabhu. So there's more to it than the relationship between someone committing suicide in this world and the relative perspective of that being a tragedy according to people that are not able to see with deeper vision. But nonetheless, suicide is quite a dramatic step to take as a form of self-punishment. But nonetheless, Mahaprabhu was very strict because to connect the substance of the spiritual plane with the material substance is one of the most egregious offences that can be done. And of course that can lead to asahajism. Guru Maharaj explains that to take the spiritual substance and then use it for your benefit in the material world is essentially what was happening in the case of Chota Haridas. And so the punishment was quite severe to match the mistake. And this is the mistake that people would make if they were to see a sannyasi fraternizing in materialistic circles. They would assume that spiritual substance they would equate it with material substance. There would be a confusing of the two, a conflation. And that is no real indictment on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But it's a problem for those people who have developed an incorrect perspective as a result of their external vision, as a result of conflating the spiritual substance with the material or associating the two. It's a problem for them. And considering Mahaprabhu's role, one of his roles as the Yuga avatar to spread the Yuga Dharma, that would be the exact opposite of his mission that he is to fulfill in that capacity. So he's very strict on the point. Raya kahe kata papira kariyacha avyahati Ishwara sevaka tomara bhakta gajapati. Ramananda Roy replied, "My dear Lord, you have delivered so many sinful people. This king Prataparudra, the king of Orissa, is actually a servitor of the Lord and your devotee." Are we going to get through this chapter?
Well, maybe not.
Because it does go on for a while. I should have realized actually, I haven't actually read this in a long time and it's overdue for me to go back through the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita and relearn it. Should we perhaps skip to the more crucial part? Should we do that? Okay. Oh, it's actually coming up pretty soon.
We could always finish in the evening. Maybe if you...
Okay, let me read a couple more pages.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
You're already like on a flow.
Yeah.
Read a little more and then
Yeah.
finish in the evening.
Yeah, I think it's just a page or two and then the meaning begins. So Ramananda Roy is telling the Lord that Maharaj Prataparudra is not just a king but a devotee. Prabhu kahe purna yaiche dugdera kalasa sura bindu pate keha nakare parasa Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, "There may be much milk in a big pot, but if it is contaminated by a drop of liquor, it is untouchable. Yadyapi prataparudra sarva gunavan tanhare malina kaila ekarajanam." The king certainly possesses all good qualities, but simply by taking up the name king, he has infected everything. Tatapi tomare yadi mahagrahahaya tabe ani milahatumi tanhara tanaya. But if you are still very eager for the king to meet with me, please first bring his son to meet me. Atmavai jayati putra e shastravane putrera milane yena milebe apane. It is indicated in the revealed scriptures that the son represents the father. Therefore, the son's meeting with me will be just as good as the king's meeting with me. Taberai yai saba rajare kahila prabhura agyaya tanra putra lana aila. Ramananda Roy then went to inform the king about his talks with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and following the Lord's orders, brought the king's son to see him. Sundara Rajaputra Shamala Varana Kishora Vyasa Dirga Kamala Nayana. The prince, just entering upon his youth, was very beautiful. He was blackish in complexion and had large lotus eyes. Pitambara Dare Ange Ratna Abarana Shri Krishna Smarane Tenha Haila Udipana. The prince was dressed in yellow cloth, and there were jeweled ornaments decorating his body. Therefore, everyone who saw him would remember Lord Krishna. Tanre deke Mahaprabhura Krishna Smriti Haila Prema Veshe Tanre Mili Kahite Lagila. Seeing the boy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately remembered Krishna. Meeting the boy in ecstatic love, the Lord began to speak. E Mahabhagavat Yanhara Darshane Brajendra Nandana Smriti Haya Saravajane. Here is a great devotee, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said. Upon seeing him, everyone can remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, son of Nanda Maharaj. Kritata Hailana Ami Inhara Darshane Etabale Puna Tare Kaila Alengane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, I have become very much obligated just by seeing this boy. After saying this, the Lord again embraced the prince. Prabhu Sparshe Rajaputrera Haila Premavesha Sveda Kampa Ashru Stamba Pulaka Vishesha. As soon as the prince was touched by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, symptoms of ecstatic love immediately manifested themselves in his body. These symptoms included perspiration, trembling, tears, being stunned, and jubilation. Krishna Krishna kahe nache karaye rodana tanra bhagya deki slagha kare bhaktagana shlagha. The boy began to cry and dance, and he chanted Krishna Krishna. Upon seeing his bodily symptoms and his chanting and dancing, all the devotees praised him for his great spiritual fortune. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tanre Dairya Karaila Nitya Ashi Amaya Miliha E Agyadila. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calmed the youth and ordered him to come there daily to meet him. Vidaya Hana Raya Aila Rajaputrelana Raja Sukha Paila Putrera Cheshta Dekiya. Ramananda Roy and the boy then departed from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Ramananda took him back to the king's palace. The king was very happy when he heard of his son's activities. Putre alingana kare prema vishtahaila shakshat parashayena Mahaprabhura paila. Just by embracing his son, the king was filled with ecstatic love, just as if he had touched Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly. Say haite Bhagyavan Rajaranandan Prabhu Bhaktagan Madhye Haila Ekajan. From then on, the fortunate prince was one of the most intimate devotees of the Lord. E mata Mahaprabhu bhakta gana sange nirantara krida kare sankirtana range. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu acted in the society of his pure devotees, performing his pastimes and spreading the Sankirtan movement. Acharyare bhakta kare prabhure nimatrana tahan tahan bhiksha kare lana bhakta gana. Some of the prominent devotees like Advaita Acharya used to invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take his meals at their homes. The Lord accepted such invitations accompanied by his devotees. E mata nanarange dinak kata gela jagannatera ratayatra nikata haila. In this way the Lord passed some days in great jubilation. Then the car festival of Lord Jagannath approached. Pratame Kashi Mishre Prabhu Bolaila Padicha Patra Sarvabhaume Bolana Anila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first of all called for Kashi Mishra, then for the superintendent of the temple, then for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Tina Jana Pashe Prabhu Hasaiya Kahila Guṇḍicā Mandira Marjana Seva Maginila. When these three people came before the Lord, he begged them for permission to wash the temple known as Guṇḍicā. Paricha kahe ame saba sevaka tomara ye tomara icha se kartavya amara. Upon hearing the Lord's request for permission to wash the Guṇḍicā temple, the Padicha, the superintendent of the temple, said, "My dear sir, we are all your servants. Whatever you desire, it is our duty to perform." Visheshe rajara agya hanaiche amare Prabhura agya ye se shigra karibare. The king gave a special order for me to do without delay whatever your lordship orders. Tomara yogya seva nahi mandira marjana e eka lila kara ye tomara mana. My dear Lord, washing the temple is not service befitting you. Nonetheless, if you wish to do so, it is to be accepted as one of your pastimes. Maybe we've approached the very edge of the actual cleaning pastime, but just to mention that the symbolic meaning of the cleansing of the Guṇḍicā marjan is the cleansing of the heart of all the contamination that may have accumulated, or most likely has accumulated over countless years. It's a good day for that. Eddie, you can say something.
No, we can stop there.
Okay.
It's getting later.
Yeah. We can continue. We can read the actual pastime this evening, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say a little something, like, just so people can meditate on it for the day? Because it's like morning time, right?
Okay. Yeah, also I just remember tonight is Gadadhar.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Do you want to say something for a couple of minutes? I think we should.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to move. You can stay.
Well, then I'll bring this over here.
You can turn the camera. No, I don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit closer, because then otherwise they may not hear you properly.
Okay. Well, I'm just remembering one because Guṇḍicā, of course, is representing Vrindavan, and so the devotees are bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan. Krishna's been gone so many years, he's been in Dwarka, and now the Bhakti Yatra festival is representing the devotees bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan, which is quite special because like in the apparent Leela, that doesn't ever actually happen. You know, he always says he's going to come back, but he doesn't actually come back, you know. But so this festival, it's very joyful, you know, that actually this day is also the day that Srila Sridhar Maharaj established Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. Rathi, like officially, like declared the opening of the Math, and he hoisted the flag, and the Rath Yatra Day, 1942. And it is said to, we hear of Makaris, no, what's it called? There's another day which is said to be a good day to begin something. Akshaya Tritiya.
Akshaya Tritiya.
Yeah. It's like, was a month or two ago. It's said to be a good day. It's like known for being a good day to start something. But also Rath Yatra is also said to be a good day to start something. And you know, you can say, you know, this day when Krishna is brought back to Vrindavan, like what more happy day, you know, could there be? You know, what better day to begin something? So it's a day of such profundity, you know, this, you know, separation, union, this intense meeting of Krishna, the Brajabasis, Radharani. So very, very deep day, the Rath Yatra day. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. So, and there's one beautiful verse, you know, when Mahaprabhu is in the Rath Yatra, he's chanting, dancing in front of Jagannath and chanting different verses. And there's one beautiful expression he makes in the mood of Radharani, Moraman Vrindavam, I can't remember, Moraman Vrindavan, Taha Tomar Padadwai. I can't remember, but saying that for most people, their mind and their heart are one. But for me, my heart and Vrindavan are one. You know, there's no difference between my heart and Vrindavan. And then it continues. If you would kindly place your lotus feet there, then that would be, you know, Purna Kripa, that would be your complete mercy. That would be your full mercy upon me. If you would place your heart in Vrindavan, your lotus feet in Vrindavan, which is actually a manifestation of my heart, you know. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has some of his songs. He did Vrindavan Jarnam, Radha Padankita Dam, Vrindavan, that where the lotus feet of Radharani are, that is Vrindavan. You know, like ontologically speaking, that is Vrindavan. Where Radharani is present, where her lotus feet are, that is Vrindavan. So in this verse, you know, this expression is made. And so then, you know, Mahaprabhu, he's, you know, in this Guṇḍicā Marjan day, he's demonstrating, you know, that, you know, like Radharani in the mood of a devotee, she's inviting Krishna to enter her heart, which is Vrindavan. And then Mahaprabhu, he's demonstrating, you know, this mood that before we will, you know, have the audacity, you know, to invite the Lord to our heart, there must be some cleansing, you know, there must be some purification. Otherwise, as you were saying, you know, it will turn into Sahajaism. So that consciousness must be there, that we are inviting the Lord, then we must clean our heart first. And Srila Rupa Goswami's verse, Bhukti Mukti Spriya Javat Pishachi Hridivartate Tavad Bhakti Katasya Cha Katam Abhyudayo Bhavat, that if these two witches, Pishachis, witches or ghosts of Bhukti and Mukti, the desires for exploitation, enjoyment, and liberation, renunciation, the other side of the coin, if these two witches are within our heart, then how can we expect the joy of bhakti to arise there? Or as Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, you know, how can we invite the noble lady of devotion? You know, these two low-class ladies are sitting on this bench, and how can we offer this as a seat to the most noble, dignified lady of devotion? So first there must be some cleansing. And so you know, Mahaprabhu, it's mentioned in the mood of a Jagat Guru, he is showing this example to the world, that he's bringing Krishna back to enter this temple, but first that must be thoroughly cleansed. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he's written quite an elaborate commentary on that Leela, which Thakur translated and he published on the Gaudiya Darshan website. But he explains how, because in Chaitanya Charitamrita it describes quite in detail, how Mahaprabhu removes sand and he moves pieces of grass and dust, and there's quite some detail there, and how he sweeps it twice and then he washes it twice, and every corner he's washing very thoroughly. And so Srila Saraswati Thakur has some comment on that and explaining how these different things, the sand, the dust, the pieces of straw and grass, they all represent different types of anarthas, and how it's seen how Mahaprabhu doesn't just clean it once like in a superficial way, but he again goes and he explains how it means we may enter into the practice and leave our material habits behind, but again they may start to surface until they've been completely uprooted. And so in a very conscious way we have to practice and not think that we've so quickly or so easily become free from these things, but in a very scrutinizing way we have to consciously continue with our practice. And it's very, very beautiful. Mahaprabhu, in one place it describes how he's as he's cleaning, streams of tears are falling from his eyes, and at one point he's literally cleaning with the water of his own tears. Very, very beautiful. And it also says how Mahaprabhu, he's the best cleaner. and so many persons are helping him and gathering piles of dust, but all of their dust put together doesn't equal the dust that Mahaprabhu he brings. And Mahaprabhu also, he would inspect how much everyone was able to collect, and the persons who didn't collect very much, he would chastise them, and he would show someone else as an example. And also that he gave some punishment. The persons who didn't do very well, he punished them with Vaishnav Seva, and they had to, their Seva was to offer some sweets to the other Vaishnavas. So very, very beautiful pastime, and as Prabhu said, important day for reflection. And also today, traditionally, we will do some Guṇḍicā marjan in our temples worldwide. We usually do make some extra effort to clean. So we're, whenever we do this seva of cleaning the temple, it always turns into a meditation, actually, like we're cleaning our heart. So, I think that's all I have to say. Yeah, marjan, it's cleaning. Yeah, Chaito Darpana, cleaning the mirror of the heart. And then tomorrow, Ratha Yatra day. Jai Shri Guṇḍicā Marjan Leela Ki Jai. Jai. Would you like to sing, Prabhu?
Hari Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Jai Samarikara Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Ji Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Srila Guru Dev Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnav Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Shri Guṇḍicā Marjana Ki Jai. Yukta Vishakatiri Ki Jai.